Hi, it's Mike. I'm just talking about, well, when I was growing up in the 80s, I played a lot of, I still have one 90s. I still have one 90s, one Nintendo 64, what I bought back in the 90s. And now you can play online games. When I was growing up, we didn't have computers or cell phones or any fancy devices which you could think of. We used to play, well, I still got some of these 80s. I got Super Nintendo, um, Nintendo 64, Nintendo Cube. Well, that didn't come out until 2002. Nintendo Wii, that didn't come out until 2008. By then, PlayStation, Sony PlayStation 2 was available, and by that, and then the next year, Sony PlayStation, Sony PlayStation 3 was introduced, and now I have Sony PlayStation 4 and 4. Eventually, I'll get 5. As far as video games I'm concerned about, playing online games start out easy. They all start out easy and no Pacific. But as you go to higher levels on a online game on your computer, they get more difficult and more tasks to do on a particular game, online game which you're playing with. Now Minecraft I can play on my phone. Among Us I can play on my phone. I'm on level 13. It took 2 days it took one day to get to level 10. It took 2 days to get to level 13. It's like I'm good at hide and go seek. I'm also good at pack, but you gotta find out who the imposter is and who the enemies are in the game as you go along. It all it all deals with outer space. You don't want to get shot out into outer space. I've been playing today on my phone, still on level 13, because it's getting to be harder to do all these things. My challenge, I don't, why did I say that? Well, anyways, my goal is to reach more difficult levels on that game. I play for 2 hours on my phone. However, it's easy to play Mortal Kombat 9. I mean, it's easier to play online games on a computer. Because then you know where everything's at and who you're dealing with. Unless you're in Among Us, be careful not to get voted off. It's like playing the weakest link. Now, on the other hand, the weakest link is also a another one of those online games what I used to play, but I got tired of getting voted off. So far, I haven't been voted off, not at all. I'm still on the team, waiting for my next opponents. I mean, next person to challenge. But since nobody wants to, I'll keep continuing playing until I reach a boiling point. And this weather's been ridiculous. Yesterday we had storms, but nothing happened. Today they're calling for storms, but I don't think we're going to have any big issues with it. Maybe a few severe pop-up storms here and there, but that's about it. I've been living on, I've been living in this state for years. The highest we'll ever get is an enhanced risk in Michigan. We get tornado warnings, we get severe thunderstorm if it's necessary. But this heat and humidity has been very, it's been very hot and humid the last 2 days. I have my air conditioning in my window. We have central air in the house. How many people have central air? Or how many people use a fan to cool off? Too bad I don't have a swimming pool. I would love to get a swimming pool. There's things I can do. I'm a very good swimmer. I could beat anybody in a swimming race. I got two supermodels for it. When I was younger, I competed in a lot of sports. The one I couldn't stand the most was dodgeball. How many people have played dodgeball and or kickball? Kickball is the same as baseball, and everything else. And I'm very, very happy. And so the weather is not corrupt. It's been clear skies and it's been pretty hot today. And believe me, very hot. I'm thinking yesterday was unbelievable. We have a we had a heat index of 104 degrees all day. And the humidity was unbearable. It was unbearable. The weather was just right for tornadoes. We haven't we didn't have any tornado warnings. I'm not sure if we did, because usually they send you those messages on your phone. Today, you can get weather alerts or weather warnings on your phone. It was not like what it used to be. When severe weather popped up, it'd be on your TV screen. We had a severe thunderstorm watch yesterday, but that was yesterday. Today I made hamburgers. I mean steak burgers. I'm a really good cook. Can anybody else cook? Do any cooking? One thing I don't do, uh, I can't drive. I'm glad. I like people driving me places. Last year was hotter. We had hotter weather than this. But yesterday, well, the weather was so hot. It was unbelievable. I'm going back to the talk video games. I know a lot of people who play video games, and I know a lot of people who don't play video games. I play video. How many people have a VCR? I mean, not a VCR, but the letter V, player, letter D. Those, those. How many people have cable at their home? We have Spectrum cable. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on. I wouldn't be doing live broadcasts because we wouldn't have the internet. The internet is the most important thing to do. To have, if your internet's out, you can't play video games on your computer or your phone unless you go somewhere where the internet service works to play these games. Samsung, Apple, now Xfinity. How many people have Xfinity? It's like Xfinity. That's another cable. How many people have Wow? Wow. I have Spectrum cable. That's popping up in a lot of states. How many people how many people enjoy going on vacation with their family? We used to take vacations, but my mom, when she passed away, the vacation stopped because it would just upset me and my stepfather. Father. However, we do have a lot of fun times in the state. In the state, I go to Dixieland on Saturdays or Taylortown Trade Center. I shop at Kroger's. How many people have DoorDash? That's a very, I don't know how many people have it nowadays. I never order McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or wind up or going to McDonald's around 3 a.m. How many people have went to McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning? That'll be a very interesting subject. How many people have went to McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning? That would be interesting. Oh, how many people went for a walk? How many people went for a walk around 3 o'clock in the morning. During the summer, it's nice to sit out on your porch for a while. How many people live in hot desert places? How many people how many people do not like going to school? That's another, but you just gotta go to school to learn. Once you graduate from school, then you don't have to go anymore. Sometimes I like summer, but I get allergies at this time of year. In August, I get hay fever. No, it starts in July. How many people hate mosquitoes? How many people have got stung by a bee? Well, I guess nobody knows what they. I got stung by a bee once. I got stung by a bee one time, and believe me, that hurt real bad. I also got I also got burned by when I was a little kid. We went to the beach one time, and I didn't see where I was going. And I stepped on a very hot coal, and my foot hurt for a week. The pain was so bad. That ruined my that ruined that ruined family day at the beach. How many people drink energy drinks? Now energy drinks are a problem. They cause high blood pressure and other things. How many people? How many people have had ever had hot sauce poured into your mouth by accident? That happened to me, and I wound up drinking a lot of cold water, and then I didn't get much sleep because I kept going to the toilet and kept running to the toilet because I had to pee a lot. And I did a lot of other things. I remember I remember my mother's delicate blue dress. Well, she had one until I came along and put it into the washer. And when she took out of the washer, it was completely destroyed. And my mom wasn't here. And I remember going to my aunt's house, and my uncle said, "Don't touch this cloth. It's very delicate." I accidentally touched it, and it broke. And then we went to my grandma Nana's house. She had this stained glass mirror. My mom didn't see it. It was behind. It was behind my grandmother's door. She slammed and opened the door real wide, and the mirror fell and broke. That was so funny. My grandmother was not amused. Of course, in the 7 years bad luck. So remember, don't break the looking glass, because you will have 7 years bad luck. I remember another time, my aunt came up to our house to help my mom because she was sick to do the wash, and she put too much soap into the washing machine, and the washing machine overflowed. And the next day, when my mom was all better, she asked Aunt Lillian, "What happened to all the soap what I bought yesterday? I mean, the day before. I accidentally spilled it into the washing machine." My mom was not amused. That was the funniest thing. And I'll remember the snowman what we had. I mean, the old house. I remember the bee's nest. It fell down. Well, it was one of those small trees, and there was a big bee's nest on there. I didn't know there was. The bee's nest went flying, and we all ran into the house. And my mom was not amused. And then we went to Sears one time with my sister Kim, and she had a pee, and she pulled her pants down, and in the middle of the toilet display. And the next thing we know, me, my mom, and my sister were running right out the door. And then J.C. Penney's, I accidentally knocked over, twirled the underwear rack, everything was flying, and the next thing we know, me, Robin, April, and Kim were running out of J.C. Penney's with my mom, and she was not amused with the whole situation. And then I remember when my sister April and Robin went down the stairs with the toboggan and right into all of a sudden, the next thing you knew, April and Robin crashed into the linen closet on the bottom of the stairs. And then when we moved here, in the beginning, April pledges the basement steps because she wanted to get rid of the fruit flies, and that was funny. And then at the old house, the toilet overflows, and then the next thing you know, my mom says, "Oh, it's raining in the kitchen," and then the pipe breaks in the basement, and the next thing you know, my mom says, "It's raining in the kitchen." And then, to top that off, I come home from the eye doctor with brand new glasses. I look down the parachute, I mean, the clothes chute, the clothes chute. I look down the clothes chute where glasses fall off and they break, and my mom was not amused. I got grounded for 3 weeks. I'm glad I don't wear glasses anymore. Eye surgery is one of those things you must get to see better than you did before, to see much better. And then I remember one time we went to church, my sister Robin shoots off her cap gun, and all of a sudden the priest and everybody in the second aisle runs out of the church, and we wind up in the crying room, and my mom's not amused, and Robin got grounded for a week. And then the rock fight at cool at school, yes, my sister and my mom was not amused with that either. there was a lot of hilarious things I did as a kid. One time I was setting up a sprinkler and I was on the news setting up the sprinkler on the wrong day. Because we had a water shortage one time and I set the sprinkler up on the wrong day. And my mom was not amused because we had to pay extra, we had to pay a fine because we wound up on the news. And then one time, I remember that my uncle blew a strike in the toilet with with the bowling ball. He was doing a bowling demonstration and he accidentally let go of the bowling ball and went flying down, zooming down the hallway and straight in the toilet. So the next thing you know, it was Old Faithful in at my aunt's bathroom, and it was raining in her basement. So when my aunt wasn't amused because they had to pay a huge plumbing bill the next month of $500 to have the toilet replaced by the water company. And my aunt said, from now on, there'll be no more bowling demonstrations in this house. There'll be no more bowling demonstrations in this house. I love you guys very much. Bye bye.